right. Speaking of economic recovery, what macro policy initiatives do you expect to see in the remaining of Q2 this year through Q4? Do you think rate cuts are on the table?
I think almost everything is on the table. We've already seen some targeted rate cuts. We've already seen the central bank increasing the availability of credit, which for me is even more important than the rates themselves. And it's also important to remember that when we look at China and compare it to the US and most of the rest of the world, Chinese monetary and fiscal policy is going to be moving in the opposite direction. We're going to continue to be tightening. China is going to continue to be loosening. So on a relative basis, the Chinese economy is going to be stronger than most of the rest of the world. But we have to go back to COVID because the Chinese government can ease monetary and fiscal policy. They can ease regulatory policy, which I also think is coming. But the uncertainty over how COVID is going to be applied is going to remain. For example, one of the things that I'm really worried about is the conflicting message that local officials across China are receiving. Right. On the one hand, they're being told that they need to try and prevent any resurgence in COVID cases, which is really difficult or impossible with Omicron, given how transmissible it is. And on the other hand, they're also being told that they should get the economy back going again. So that puts pressure on them. And I think what we're going to see are problems like local officials deciding to block logistics change because they're going to be worried about allowing trucks to come into their city, where the drivers might be infected with COVID but not be symptomatic yet. So I think these are the kinds of obstacles to a serious economic rebound that we're going to have to watch carefully in the coming months.
Thanks for watching. You can find out more about China's business and economic landscape by subscribing to our newsletter, joining our premium Chinese business intelligence database, and of course, watching this show. Find out how to do all of that in the summary section of this video.